Yerumbu, now streaming on Amazon Prime.
धन्यवाद श्रीमती कनिमोजी जी।
Thank you, sir. I'd like to start with a quote of Baba Saheb Ambedkar. Let us not forget that this independence has thrown us on great responsibilities. By independence, we have lost the excuse of blaming the British for anything going wrong. In this case, I think it is often the Congress. If hereafter things go wrong, we will have nobody to blame except ourselves. Sir, I rise to support this no confidence motion brought by India and by Gaurav Gogoi on behalf of the India team and my party, the DMK. So the first time in India, the judiciary had to intervene to protect a state. Isn't this shameful? Sir, the government proudly says in Manipur, it is a double-engine government because it is a BJP government in the union and it's a BJP government in the state. But this double engine has become a double-edged weapon against the people of Manipur. A double disaster, a double breakdown. The PM, after returning from his trips abroad, chooses to speak to the media in a very rare occurrence outside the parliament. But he refuses to cross the threshold and come to parliament and speak with the fellow parliamentarians. A senior leader, Jaswant Sinha, day before yesterday in his article, had mentioned democracy is not defined by the beauty of its parliament building. It is dignified by the quality of its debates and the voice with which it speaks in unison on national issues. Today, India team is speaking in unison on national issues and you refuse and you fail to come here and respond to it. Sir, 170 people have been killed, thousands injured, 60,000 displaced, 3,500 homes have been burnt. People have been killed, as Kakuli mentioned. People have been beheaded, rapes on both sides. But when the Chief Minister of Manipur was asked, why have you not been able to control the situation for 3 months? The CM says, 2 brothers are fighting and the government is like a father mediating between them. Isn't this a shame? With the heavy security blanket the state has. The state of Manipur has the highest ratio of police personnel to civilians in India. 161 companies of central forces, including Assam Rifles, are present in Manipur, and yet the government has failed the people. The silence of the union government, the Prime Minister, and the inaction of the state government, which watched as houses burned, police armory was looted and people killed each other. Women were being humiliated, stripped, paraded, raped, violated and killed. This double engine stood hand in hand watching it all happening, saying brothers are fighting. The videos of these 2 women who were paraded naked and raped shook the conscience of the nation and the world. The 21-year-old girl's father and brother were killed when they were trying to protect her. So, when the mob caught this family, they ran to the police gypsy which was there. They begged them to take them in the gypsy to somewhere safe. But the policemen refused. When they got into the gypsy, they allowed the mob, the violent mob, to pull these 2 women out, and the father and the brother, out of the gypsy, and the policemen were watching in silence. When the father was killed and the brother was killed, and these two women were stripped.
Focusing on her.
The state police, the National Women's Commission, and the State Women's Commission were all silently watching. Maybe they were wishing that this will miraculously vanish till the videos unfortunately went viral. And after many weeks and months, 5 or 6 people out of the mob were arrested. But time and again, these women were asking why no action was taken against these policemen who handed them over to the violent mob. But till yesterday, the government chose to keep silent and it did not respond. The people have been mentioning Draupadi in this house.
नहीं आप बैठ जाइए आप बैठ जाइए
प्रवक्ता का चेहरा दिखाते हैं।
नहीं
आप जब भी इंडिया लाए
आप अपनी बात रखिए
तो कैमरा यहाँ पे नहीं, कैमरा आप पे आता है। ऐसा क्यों है?
नहीं ऐसा नहीं है आप कनीमोजी जी आप अपनी बात रखिए The other thing will not go into the record. Only Kanimozi's speech will be going in record.
Sir, the people have been mentioning Draupadi from Mahabharata in this house and how she was humiliated and stripped. So these women also must have prayed to some god to come and help them. God nor the government came to help these two women. And anybody who has read the Mahabharata properly knows that it is not the perpetrators of the crime alone who were punished, but the silent spectators who stood there like trees watching her being humiliated were also punished. They will be punished like they will be punished when they were silent in Hathras, Kathua, Unnao, Bilkis Banu, and when the wrestlers were protesting. The country, the nation, India, the mothers of India will punish them. So there are hundreds of relief camps. There are hundreds of relief camps, but there is no food, no water. It is overcrowded with no proper sanitation. The roofs are leaking and children have to live there. They cry out of fear and hunger. Is this what you call relief camps in this country? You don't even want to reach out to people who've lost everything, who had to walk for days to save their lives. You can't give them food, you can't give them protection, you can't ensure that the roofs don't leak. At Bishnupur, a woman said that people are saying my son has been killed, but I haven't seen his body. I refuse to believe that he has been killed. His best friend has told her that the son was killed, but she refuses to believe that he was killed because she lives in hope. She says, I hope that someday he'll come back alive to me. This is not just one mother who's saying this. There are brothers, fathers, families who wait, hoping that their loved ones are alive somewhere. Even if they're injured, they are there somewhere. A Methi girl in one of the camps asked me, you have come to see us, but why hasn't the chief minister or the prime minister bothered to come and visit us? We have lost our homes, families, livelihood. I will never go back to my home. I will never feel safe there. The government has let me down. Why hasn't anybody come here to wipe my tears? But instead of listening to her pain and comforting her, the BJP fake news team manufactures a narrative saying that she told the India team that I have faith in the Prime Minister. Why have you come here? Sir, the truth is, whether it is the Kukis, Nagas, or Methi, we only saw despair and despondency in their eyes. I request the Prime Minister, this government, to reach out to these people and say that we care and justice will be done Can't you do that much for people who've been hurt, who are bleeding? Sir, we went there to say India stands with you. We would like to know whether the government stands with them. The Chief Minister of Manipur has been blaming the Kukis and the Naga people for the drugs there and the drug cultivation. But a former SP, Ms. Brinda, blames the Chief Minister, the Chief Minister's office, and the Manipur government for it. Shame. There have been many stories in the newspapers earlier that the pesticides and fertilizers which are being... The pesticides and the fertilizers which are being sent to the state are diverted for poppy cultivation and not for food production. Shame. Shouldn't we find out the truth? Should not there be a proper inquiry into what has been really happening? You brought the Sengol to the new parliament with big pomp and show. You said it is a Chola tradition. You don't know Tamil Nadu history properly. Have you heard about the Pandian Sengol? The Pandian Sengol which burnt, which shattered when the King Pei failed the common people. Do you know the story of Kannagi? Please stop imposing Hindi on us and go read the Silapadigaram. It has a lot of lessons to teach you all. Sir, it's okay. They're very scared of us. They don't want to see our faces also. We are happy with it as long as they can hear us. They cannot hear Manipur people, at least let them hear us. So this government is very lucky because it knows to manufacture one issue after another, one disaster after another. So we have to forget what happened a month ago and discuss something else, a new issue in Parliament today. Because we've not had the opportunity to discuss what happened in Balasore in Odisha. 3 trains collided and 288 passengers died and over 1,000 were injured. And there are bodies still lying in Ames, Bhubaneswar, which are unclaimed and not identified. But the report, this government fears, deplores accountability. It hides data or refuses to collect data. When data does not favor them, they sack the person in charge. The NFHS chairperson was suspended when he exposed the false claims of the union government. The minister, when she was speaking, said that it is, the minister Smriti Irani said India is 100% open defecation free. There is not one single state which is 100% open defecation free. It is a total lie. And when the person concerned made sure that the truth comes to light, he was suspended. Sir, the employment data was withheld till the election results were out. And 2 people in the department, in the commission, resigned because of that. The unemployment rate is 8.5% in this country. Investments have dropped to half. It was 10.5%, it is 5% now. People are going back. More than 50% people are there in the agriculture sector. This doesn't happen in any developing nation. People are going back to agriculture because they have no hope, there's no space for them in formal employment.
Who's speaking? We can't. Speakers, now we can see.
And the national policy for rationalization of schools has closed down thousands and thousands of schools, and millions of children have lost their opportunity to go back to school.
Just wait. Sir, why is it being changed?
आप बैठ जाइए।
From where the house is being controlled, this sunset
कनिमोझी जी आप बैठ जाइए।
What is there?
दानिश अली जी अपने जगह पे जाइए।
क्यों नहीं दिखा रहा है? क्यों नहीं दिखा रहा है? क्यों नहीं दिखा रहा?
Sir, whenever we speak somebody from the opposition, the camera is
So why, sir?
it is looking somewhere else.
This is so silly, sir.
This is
Sir, when Smriti Irani was speaking, it was there.
When Smriti Irani was showing the play card, the camera was on the play card. When Rahul was
श्रीमती कनिमोझी जी आप अपनी बात रखिए।
please don't show play card.
We have taken note of it.
Please restore the democracy in this country.
We have taken note of it. आप बैठ जाइए।
People are watching.
कनिमोझी जी आप बोलना चाहती हो?
People are
कनिमोझी
watching.
जी आप आगे बोलिए।
People are watching.
आप शुरू कीजिए।
Gain it.
Sir, you have to give me extra time. Sir, are you closing down schools? Because only the OBCs, SC, ST students go to these government schools. In a reply to the Rajya Sabha, the Union Minister of State has stated that 25,593 students belonging to the SC, ST, OBC communities have dropped out of central universities. Is this the India you're talking about? Is this the Bharat you proudly talk about, where students from suppressed communities cannot go to national institutions, central government institutions and study there because of discrimination? This government, we've been time and again threatened in this house with ED, we're going to jail. It is not only the opposition parties and the media which is being threatened by this government. The government creates a framework that exposes its own people to conditions of unfreedom and subject them to state brutality. Between 2014 to 2020,
Kindly conclude, madam. Kindly conclude.
7,000 people have been charged with sedition charges, and most of them, 7,000 people, and most of them are below the ages of 30. Isn't this a shame? And sir, the Prime Minister calls differently able people as Divyangs, but the pension which you give them per month is rupees 300, which is equal to 1 kilo of tomato in your government. Sir, it is not only the prices which rise in this government, it is crimes against women, which has risen to 26.3% in the past few years in the BJP government. Sir, this is a government which is indifferent, and its administration is indifferent to people, and they don't value people, or do they care about the well-being of the Indian citizens? But the irony is that you call yourself nationalists and call us anti-national. Are you nationalists? Do you care about this country? Do you care about people in Manipur, the women, the children there who suffer every day? Until today, you
Our first Prime Minister was also given by the Adimans, who are a unique institution for Tamil Nadu. Now, the same party has no objection when that sacred Sengol has been treated as a walking stick for Prime Minister Nehru. It was kept in a private house and it was used as a chadi, not Sengol. No, it can be, but it was also titled Kai Tadi, walking stick. You should be fair, Shashi Tharoor. It was lost in history. It is, I was going to talk about it. I will talk about it. I'm glad you raised it. It was forgotten in history. It was forgotten and kept in some kind of a museum which says it's a walking stick. That doesn't hurt the Tamil pride, sir. Is that not an insult to the Tamils? So, when Honorable Prime Minister restored it to its rightful place in Lok Sabha, it becomes an issue. That's an insult to the Tamils. Would you not want to raise about it? Sir, it was ignored for decades. Now, Tamil Nadu, Kashi Tamil Sangamam, actually showed how Tamil Nadu and Kashi have very, very deep connections. Tamil New Year's Day was celebrated by Honorable Prime Minister. I don't know if Dr. Murugan is here. He went to his house and celebrated Tamil New Year's Day. And the first time you've heard Tamil being quoted in UN, and in his Man Ki Baat, so many times he is referred to Tamil. And also, more than 10 to 12 quotes have been taken from Purananuru or Thirukural and been used. Whereas, sir, because Shashi Tharoor is so keen on putting history right on records, I want to say, he's a Malayali, but I'm glad he's also concerned about Tamil Nadu. But I would want him to please recognize the fact that it was during the UPA government, when DMK was a partner in that government, that Jallikattu, which is a very typical Tamil culture, reflective of Tamil culture, was called a Kattumirandi, barbaric game, and was banned by that very same UPA, in which the same party, DMK, was a member. Is it barbaric, sir? It took Prime Minister Narendra Modi to come back and permit in 2016 to have Jallikattu played in Tamil Nadu. So, the very same party which is now shedding crocodile tears should know about it. Sir, they first banned it through the Animal Welfare Board Act, and then it went to the court. And we gave a suggestion to the local government saying, don't please, you have powers to extricate it out. And when it is possible by Prime Minister Modi, why couldn't they take it? First of all, who put it as a barbaric game? Oh, Kodikunil Suresh, don't try to score a point. Who put it as a barbaric game? You. So, sir. Sir, Honorable Member Kanimozi also said, stop imposing Hindi on us. Please read Silapadigaram. That will give you very many lessons to you all. I want to say, sir, in Tamil Nadu, for over several decades, pala natkalaga Tamil Nadu, pala varshangalaga Tamil Nadu, Hindi tinippai edirkrom endra peril ஹிந்தியும் சம்ஸ்கிருதமும் கட்டுக்கா கூடாது அது ஒரு திணிப்பு இருந்தது. நாங்க யாரும் ஹிந்தியோ சம்ஸ்கிருதமோ கத்துக்க முடியாத அளவுக்கு திணிப்பு இருந்தது, கொள்கை மூலமான திணிப்பு. உங்களுக்கு எவ்வளவு அதிகாரம் இருக்கக்கூடுமோ தமிழை வளர்க்கறதுக்கு, அந்த அளவுக்கு இன்னொருத்தர தமிழோ சம்ஸ்கிருதமோ ஹிந்தியோ படிக்க கூடாதுன்னு தடுக்கிறதுக்கான அதிகாரம் உங்ககிட்ட இல்ல. இருந்தாலும் நீங்க ஹிந்தியை வளர்க்க கூடாது, தமிழை தான் வளர்க்கணும்ன்ற அந்த ஆணவத்துடன் எங்க யாரையும் ஹிந்தியோ சம்ஸ்கிருதமோ படிக்க விடல. இது நான் I'm telling my lived experience. It is that Tamil Nadu which stops every individual from learning Hindi or Sanskrit. Today, in the name of language, they are coming and telling us, read Silapadigaram. I want to tell them about Silapadigaram. Sir, there was someone very eminent by name Maposi, Mailai Ponnuswami Sivajnanam. He was given the title Silambu Chelvar. In 1951, he was an authority on Silapadigaram. He was an authority. And an honorable member tells us, you read Silapadigaram, you will get to know a lot. I would want to read Silambu Chelvar Maposi's words, which he wrote in 1951 in Tamil Murasu. I'm quoting, sir. Silapadigaram. Sir, Silapadigaram, Nam Dravidar Allar, Tamilar. Silapadigaram, Nam Dravidar Allar, Tamilar. Namadu Thayagatin Pair, Dravidam Andru, Tamilagam. அதன் வடக்கெல்லை விந்தியமன்று வேங்கடம். தமிழ்நாட்டு அந்தனர் ஆரியர் அல்லர் தமிழர் என்கிறது. மற்றும் தமிழருடைய பண்பாடும் பழக்க வழக்கங்களும் பெரும்பாலும் வேங்கடத்திற்கு வெளியே உள்ளவர்களின் பண்பாடுகளுக்கும் பழக்க வழக்கங்களுக்கும் வேறானவை ஆயினும் விரோதமானவை அல்ல என்று சிலப்பதிகாரம் கூறுகிறது. Unquote. Sir, I'll just give you a summary. சிலப்பதிகாரம் tells us that we are Tamils, not Dravidars. நமது தாயகத்தின் பெயர், that is, Sir, honorable member should have asked that question to honorable member Kanimozi, saying, why are you talking about Silapadigaram? This is not vote of confidence. But now that it is raised, it's my duty to answer. Because she tells us, you should read Silapadigaram. I want to tell how Prime Minister Modi implements Silapadigaram's principles. Sir, Ek Bharat Shreshta Bharat. ஒரே பாரதம் உன்னத பாரதம். அதன் மூலமாக சிலப்பதிகாரத்தில் சொல்லப்பட்டது. மாபோசி அவர்கள் சொன்ன அதே விளக்கத்தை தான் பிரதமர் மோடி இம்ப்ளிமெண்ட் பண்றாரு. தமிழ்நாட்டில் அது எல்லாருக்கும் புரியும். ஆனா நாங்க அரசியல் பண்ண விரும்புறோம், உண்மையை சொல்ல விரும்பல. அதனால சிலப்பதிகாரத்தில் உன்ன ஸ்பிரிட் திராவிடர் அல்லர் தமிழர். We are Tamils, we are not Dravidians. We are our motherland is Tamilagam, not Dravidam. அதே சமயத்தில் நம்மளோட வடக்கெல்ல that northern border is Vengadam and not Vindhya. And again he says beyond Vengadam, if people's cultural habits and practices, daily lives are in one form, they may be slightly different, but they are not very opposite to us. So he talks about countries' oneness, India's oneness, whereas a separatist language, I'm not saying she is speaking it, but a separatist language influences the kind of language with which honorable member tells Prime Minister read Silapadigaram. Sir, lastly, I know you've been very indulgent with the time. Lastly, sir, honorable member Kanimozi spoke about Draupadi in Mahabharata. I was very touched. Draupadi in Mahabharata, she actually claimed, and I agree, was humiliated. She was stripped. Draupadi. Sir, about women, about stripping, about demeaning women and shaming women, all of us will have to feel really very seriously. And I'm sure she has that concern. I don't undermine that. I agree. She's got the concern. But I want to highlight one thing, sir. Women suffering anywhere, Manipur, Delhi, Rajasthan, anywhere, we'll have to be taking it seriously. No politics played on it. But, Madhya Pradesh. But I want to just remind Honorable Member Kanimozi and remind this entire House of one incident, sir, of one incident which happened on 25th March 1989 in the Tamil Nadu Assembly. Again, a sabha, a very sacred sabha. And what was it? Then she hadn't become chief minister, leader of the opposition, first woman. That first woman. Jayalalitha's sari was pulled in Tamil Nadu. In the assembly, she was the leader of opposition. Her sari was pulled, and the DMK members who were seated there heckled at her, laughed at her, made fun of her. You're talking of Kaurava Sabha? You're talking of Draupadi? Has DMK forgotten Jayalalitha? You pulled her sari. You demeaned her. Sir, that day, Jayalalitha took a oath that she will never come to the house unless she becomes chief minister. And 2 years later, believe, all of us know it, she returned as chief minister of Tamil Nadu. That party, which was in power at that time, sitting in the assembly, leader of the opposition, sari being pulled, today talks about Draupadi? Unbelievable. 25ஆம் தேதி மார்ச் மாசம் 1989ல அப்ப லீடர் ஆஃப் ஆப்போசிஷன் எதிர்க்கட்சிக்கு தலைவராக இருந்த ஜெயலலிதாவோட புடவையை பிடிச்சி இழுத்த கட்சி, ஜெயலலிதாவின் புடவையை பிடிச்சி இழுத்துட்டு அவமானப்படுத்திட்டு எல்லாரும் உட்கார்ந்து சிரிச்சிட்டு Supriya ji, don't stop me. You are a woman. How dare we talk about this? And Jayalalitha walked out of the house and said she will not come. அந்த சபையை விட்டு ஜெயலலிதா ஒரு உறுதிமொழி எடுத்துட்டு வெளியில போனாங்க. நான் திரும்பி வரமாட்டேன், வந்தா சீஃப் மினிஸ்டரா வருவேன்னு. அந்த கட்சி டிஎம்கே இன்னைக்கு திரௌபதியை கோட் பண்றாங்களா? என்ன அநியாயம் இது? அதுல இன்னும் விவரமா திரௌபதி அப்ப கடவுள் சொன்னாரு, கடவுள் வந்து உதவல, சைலண்ட் ஸ்பெக்டேட்டரா இருந்தவங்க எல்லாருக்கும் பனிஷ்மெண்ட் கிடைக்கும். அப்ப சைலண்ட் ஸ்பெக்டேட்டர் யாருங்க? தமிழ்நாட்டு எம்எல்ஏஸ் இல்லீங்களா? டிஎம்கே சேர்ந்த எம்எல்ஏஸ் இல்லீங்களா? அவங்களுக்கு பனிஷ்மெண்ட் கிடைக்காதா? அதனால சார், thank you very much for having given me this opportunity, and I hope vote of confidence will be squarely defeated.
Srimati.
Our first Prime Minister was also given by the Adinams, who are a unique institution for Tamil Nadu. Now, the same party has no objection when that sacred Sengol has been treated as a walking stick for Prime Minister Nehru. It was kept in a private house and it was used as a chadi, not Sengol. No, it can be, but it was also titled Kaitadi, walking stick. You should be fair, Shashi Tharoor. It was lost in history. It is. I was going to talk about it. I will talk about it. I'm glad you raised it. It was forgotten in history. It was forgotten and kept in some kind of a museum which says it's a walking stick. That doesn't hurt the Tamil pride, sir. Is that not an insult to the Tamils? So, when Honorable Prime Minister restored it to its rightful place in Lok Sabha, it becomes an issue. That's an insult to the Tamils. Would you not want to raise about it? Sir, it was ignored for decades. Now, Tamil Nadu, Kashi Tamil Sangamam actually showed how Tamil Nadu and Kashi have very, very deep connections. Tamil New Year's Day was celebrated by Honorable Prime Minister. I don't know if Dr. Murugan is here. He went to his house and celebrated Tamil New Year's Day. And the first time you've heard Tamil being quoted in UN. And in his Mann Ki Baat, so many times he is referred to Tamil. And also, more than 10 to 12 quotes have been taken from Purananuru or Thirukural and been used. Whereas, sir, because Shashi Tharoor is so keen on putting history right on records, I want to say he's a Malayali, but I'm glad he's also concerned about Tamil Nadu. But I would want him to please recognize the fact that it was during the UPA government, when DMK was a partner in that government, that Jallikattu, which is a very typical Tamil culture, reflective of Tamil culture, was called a Katumirandi, barbaric game, and was banned by that very same UPA, in which the same party DMK was a member. Is it barbaric, sir? It took Prime Minister Narendra Modi to come back and permit in 2016 to have Jallikattu played in Tamil Nadu. So, the very same party which is now shedding crocodile tears should know about it. Sir, they first banned it through the Animal Welfare Board Act, and then it went to the court. And we gave a suggestion to the local government saying, don't please, you have powers to extricate it out. And when it is possible by Prime Minister Modi, why couldn't they take it? First of all, who put it as a barbaric game? Oh, Kodikunil Suresh, don't try to score a point. Who put it as a barbaric game? You. So, sir. Sir, Honorable Member Kanimozi also said, stop imposing Hindi on us. Please read Silapadigaram. That will give you very many lessons to you all. I want to say, sir, in Tamil Nadu, for over several decades, பல நாட்களாக தமிழ்நாட்டில், பல வருஷங்களாக தமிழ்நாட்டில் இந்தி திணிப்பை எதிர்க்கிறோம் என்ற பேரில் ஹிந்தியும் சம்ஸ்கிருதமும் கத்துக்க கூடாது அது ஒரு திணிப்பு இருந்தது. நாங்க யாரும் ஹிந்தியோ சம்ஸ்கிருதமோ கத்துக்க முடியாத அளவுக்கு திணிப்பு இருந்தது, கொள்கை மூலமான திணிப்பு. உங்களுக்கு எவ்வளவு அதிகாரம் இருக்கக்கூடுமோ தமிழை வளர்க்கறதுக்கு, அந்த அளவுக்கு இன்னொருத்தர தமிழோ சம்ஸ்கிருதமோ ஹிந்தியோ படிக்க கூடாதுன்னு தடுக்கிறதுக்கான அதிகாரம் உங்ககிட்ட இல்ல. இருந்தாலும் நீங்க ஹிந்தியை வளர்க்க கூடாது, தமிழை தான் வளர்க்கணும்ன்ற அந்த ஆணவத்துடன் எங்க யாரையும் ஹிந்தியோ சம்ஸ்கிருதமோ படிக்க விடல. இது நான் I'm telling my lived experience. It is that Tamil Nadu which stops every individual from learning Hindi or Sanskrit. Today, in the name of language, they are coming and telling us, read Silappatikaram. I want to tell them about Silappatikaram. Sir, there was someone very eminent by name Maposi, Mailai Ponnuswami Sivajnanam. He was given the title Selambu Chelvar. In 1951, he was an authority on Silappatikaram. He was an authority. An honorable member tells us, you read Silappatikaram, you will get to know a lot. I would want to read Selambu Chelvar Maposi's words, which he wrote in 1951 in Tamil Murasu. I am quoting, sir. Silappatikaram. Sir, Silappatikaram, நாம் திராவிடர் அல்லர் தமிழர். சிலப்பதிகாரம், நாம் திராவிடர் அல்லர் தமிழர். நமது தாயகத்தின் பெயர் திராவிடம் அன்று தமிழகம். அதன் வடக்கெல்லை விந்தியம் அன்று வேங்கடம். தமிழ்நாட்டு அந்தனர் ஆரியர் அல்லர் தமிழர் என்கிறது. மற்றும் தமிழருடைய பண்பாடும் பழக்க வழக்கங்களும் பெரும்பாலும் வேங்கடத்திற்கு வெளியே உள்ளவர்களின் பண்பாடுகளுக்கும்